Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta proclaims himself to be the strongest warrior in the universe. He shows off Super Saiyan Grade 2 and proceeds to utterly beat down Semi-Perfect Cell. Cell, in one last act of desperation, pleads to Vegeta, stating that he will give him a battle fight if Vegeta allows him to become perfect. As usual, Vegeta agrees. However, this time around, Trunks is much more prepared, much more spontaneous. Having spent a year in the time chamber with Vegeta, he had already figured out that something like this might happen. Cell by himself would be fine. However, with Vegeta interfering, Trunks couldn't say he had the confidence to take both of them on at the same time. Without hesitation, Trunks kicked Vegeta's backwards as he yells at 16 and 18 to flee. Vegeta, who didn't have his guard up, was momentarily stunned by Trunks' attack. As Trunks now faces off Cell, this is where we'll start the what if off for today. Let's get straight into the video. Cell flies desperately towards Android 18. However, he couldn't get past Trunks. 16 and 18 managed to fly away, their lack of a key signature making it hard to give chase. Meanwhile, Vegeta shakily stands back up, now utterly pissed off at Trunks. As Trunks fends off Cell, Vegeta suddenly butts in, kicking future Trunks' face. He had enough of this nonsense. With Android 18 at God knows where, Cell's usefulness had just dropped to zero. Vegeta didn't need Cell alive any longer. Trunks heaves a sigh of relief as Vegeta prepares the final flash, intended to finish Cell off for good. A look of fear flashes across Cell's face. However, Cell suddenly grins as he adopts a familiar posture. He wasn't gonna die so easily. He was the masterpiece after all. Cell yells "Solar Flare", and Vegeta and Trunks are blinded as they screw their eyes shut. As the blinding light dissipates, Cell is gone. His key signature nowhere to be found. Cell would bide his time slowly. His goal of perfection would be reached. Sometime the next day, Goku and Gohan come out of the time chamber as usual when they hear of the events that had occurred from Trunks. Goku immediately knew what their top priority was: locating Android 18. Cell becoming perfect could be a disaster. Vegeta scoffs at Goku's statement, stating that Semi-Perfect Cell was weak as hell and they were no trouble taking him on even if he became perfect. However, Goku refused Vegeta. They couldn't take any chances, not when the power jump from Imperfect Cell to Semi-Perfect Cell was so large. Vegeta eventually relents, albeit quite unwillingly. However, Vegeta was secretly intrigued by the form Goku and Gohan took. Had they managed to integrate the regular Super Saiyan into their base forms? Despite no imminent threat of the Cell games, Piccolo still goes into the time chamber, followed by Vegeta and Trunks for the second time. Meanwhile, thanks to Gero's blueprints, Bulma manages to develop a remote to search for the androids. On the day that Gohan studies with Chi-Chi, Goku takes it upon himself to go and find Android 18. However, he suppresses his power all the way, choosing to ride Bulma's car instead, as he and Bulma search West City, which was where the remote displayed the android's location at. Goku didn't want Cell to know their whereabouts. Goku ends up finding Android 16 and 18 taking refuge in the city. They both could pass off as humans, so this was the best place for them to hide. Goku and Bulma approach as they try to be as friendly as possible. 16 and 18 were immediately on guard, and 16 found it especially hard to combat his inner programming, the one that told him to kill Son Goku right here and now. That was his purpose after all. Goku asked Android 18 to come with them. They could offer her protection until they exterminated Cell. However, 18 doesn't trust anything Goku says whatsoever. Bulma snuggly tells them off, stating that she created the emergency stop remote, and she could literally end them right here and then if she wanted to. They were only doing this because it was basic human decency. 18, hearing this, reluctantly agrees to their request. However, 16 refuses, stating that he wasn't under Cell's radar anyways. Instead, he had another request. After taking Android 18 to safety, which was at Capsule Corporation where Vegeta and Trunks were at, Goku and 16 fly to an unoccupied wasteland. 16's programming dictated the elimination of Son Goku, and unfortunately, being an artificial android, 16 couldn't fight off his programming fully. Unfortunately for 16, this is a complete one-sided battle. 16 is on par with Imperfect Cell. However, Goku at this point is far beyond the level of Semi-Perfect Cell. However, as usual, where Goku spares his enemies, Goku decides to spare Android 16 as well. Meanwhile, Cell, who was on the other side of the planet, senses this battle between Android 16 and Goku. Despite Goku not being at full power, Cell could sense the chasm of power between him and Goku. This was the final straw. He couldn't sit around and do nothing any longer. At first, he had no idea how the Saiyans had grown so fast in such a short period of time. However, he did some thinking. Training. That had to be it. Cell decides to leave planet Earth for now. Training on Earth wasn't possible with the Z Fighters having the ability to sense his every move. He would train off planet, and once he comes back, he'll wipe off the Z Fighters from the face of the Earth and achieve his goal of perfection. However, this is where we'll leave off the what if for now. How will things continue to unfold from here? Well, these are all questions we'll answer in the next part on Dragon Ball Z.